Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream. Hope everybody's having a great evening last night. Hope everybody's having a great morning. And that you're all doing well wondrously. Today, we're talking about Greystone. Once again, Sevarog and Muriel looking for ideas about reworks and passives and all that kind of stuff. As we are done with Sparrow's numbers. She is indeed the next person to be added into Fault. So we finished her numbers yesterday. Programmers can have at her, and we'll see. Maybe we'll see when she gets added. So we're back on to getting ideas for heroes and their passives and all that kind of thing. Yeah, because proving more difficult than usual. Hello, Mustafa. Hello, Pumpka Boy. Up Suicide, post an idea in your last video for Greystone. I saw it up Suicide. I saw a lot of the suggestions, and let's actually go through them right now. That's actually a good idea. Greystone. See comments. I can show this, right? Yeah. Alright. There we go. Okay. Let's go through them. We can zoom in a bit for you guys. There we go. Okay. Let's go through some ideas for G-Stone. Greystone. Okay. What if the shield bass animation can be a buff ability where he would increase the defense or stat somehow? The rush forward can be like a pushback ability and a stun. Okay. Yeah. I really like the idea that he doesn't have much CC, or if there is a CC with him, some kind of combo thing that he has to proc or something like that. Maybe it's a slow. Increases defense or his stats somehow. I think I think that's an option. Just there could be a more compelling way of doing that. I think it'd be cool if the sword bash ability empowers his next ability, so his spin twin is like a larger range, more hits per use, and leap turns into the bash, which could be a stun. Okay. Keeping the exact same as before. Yeah. Yeah, that's it's definitely, you know, definitely an option. Absolutely. Definitely an option, yeah. We got... Okay, so I think the animations that are confusing were used in this way originally. E ability and Q are reversed. When Greystone leveled up his passive, I believe he tapped his shield if he was stationary. Or possibly when he used an active card, but that buffed him when he was stationary. Sword Punch, I believe, was tied into active cards, allowed for casting some of the description. Don't think so. Don't think so. I really like just didn't say anything wrong with it because it is what should his role be. It was intended to be hybrid carry and now being a brute tank. Yeah. Meowzikins. Meowzician. Can you tell Mortgage Kit? Blah, blah. Nope. The shield badge would probably work really well as a taunt, now that I consider Greystone as all that tanky, but it would work in conjunction with his ultimate. Yes. Hello, Josh Wiley. Coming to PS4, maybe way down the line. Really not a consideration at this point. Imagine Teamfight and shield badge's AoE taunt, forcing every enemy with XU to run towards him and auto-tag him for only a second or two. That'll probably be enough to get himself killed. Good. Down comes the AoE revive. The whole issue is that he's basically just standing around to die again, actually having a chance to force enemies to be really close to him when he does. That's interesting. Stop deciding to give us keys. Wish I could. Buff friends, shield stun, AoE jump. Huh. Could be an ability somewhat similar to Shimby's Tempelon, I believe it was called. You know, the orange stuff that appeared aggressive will make some orange thing come out thrusting in a line. Add soft, hard CC could work, but that'd be decided another time. It's not time to change your ability to stand that this would you to finish the game first. ultimate. Keep the same Q, the same Storm. The gate's now just on E. Assault the gates, now just on E. Pommel strike, short lunge with micro stun. Passive deflect, basically version 42. Overall, he stays the same. So he has 2 lunge abilities. Two movement abilities. Solo queue. Welcome. What about Stadia? What do you mean? That's interesting. Especially if the RMB is a line, right? Like you have to aim the line. You're not aiming on the person. You're aiming like in a line, and then you have to line that up and like kind of lead target so that when you rush, you know, when you rush forward, you have to aim it and kind of like, you know, yeah. So it's not a not a guaranteed thing. That's interesting. That is definitely, I like that idea more than a lot of others. I like that one a lot more. Like, if he's a diver, like if he dives backline, giving him mate 2. Yeah. Yeah, Bishi, welcome. I think the attack RMB move looks like a skill shot, similar to Steel's dash or Bullock's knock up. Yeah, but I think giving a stun slow would make him too OP. If you're going to use it, I would make it a debuff type of move. The shield bash could be a buff or just make an idle animation. I think you should reference things the way your legacy by default. I think I like the passive being the deflect, makes good use shield he's got. My first impression that the dash animation was maybe a disarm. By disarm, it would be an effect that prevents base dash for a short time. Abilities will still work maybe as well. With shield bash animation, this could be an empowering of his passive, making the next block reflect back at the attacker, making the block more potent, such as being able to block small projectiles. Or when Greystone deflects against protections against basic attacks for a certain time. Looks like a good stuff so far. I can't wait to be playing. That's... Yeah, there is lots. There's lots to do there. Reverb, welcome. That's interesting. That gives me some ideas. A new Sylphin Knight has joined the round table. Arrow, Alien Arrow, thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome to the Sylphin Knights. Another Sylphin Knights joins the round table. Thank you very much, man. Welcome. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Yeah. Thank you, man. Very much appreciated. What about the shield bash being? What about the shield bash being? If it's going to be a buff. Okay. Okay. Well, here. Let's Hey, what's going on here? Ah, I see. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Okay. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Okay. So right now, some of the stuff that we worked on last time was this. Some of the stuff we worked on last time was this. So, Greystone. What was this? Make way. Okay. Deflect, his passive. Every XXXX, as you level up, it changes. Seconds, Greystone deflects a basic attack. the cooldown is reduced by X seconds each time Greystone successfully lands a basic attack. So the idea is that a brawler focused on dealing damage and disrupting the enemy to stick in the fight. In this case, Greystone doesn't disrupt, he deflects. He doesn't disrupt necessarily, he just deflects, and he mitigates damage. That's how he continues to deal damage, because he mitigates it to deal more damage. So it's kind of like some form of sustain or method of reducing incoming damage. So for him, the more he attacks, it's kind of like, go look up Artanis from Heroes of the Storm. Go look up Artanis from Heroes of the Storm. One of my favorite heroes, because the more you fight, the more you can stick in the fight. For him, his basic attacks reduce his passive cooldown, which is he gains a shield when he takes damage under 66% health or something like that. He gains a shield when he takes damage below a certain health point. And then his basic attacks reduce that cooldown so that when his shield is off and he gets damage, he gets a shield again. This, he can deflect a basic attack, and every time he attacks, it reduces that cooldown to, again, deflect an attack. So, with that in mind, his make way. Greystone summons Heavenly Swords, dealing X% basic attack, or dealing dealing basic attacks at X percent damage every X seconds for X seconds to nearby lasts X seconds. Cannot crit, does not apply on hit effects. Each unit struck counts as half an attack for his passive. So basically, you turn his make way, his AoE into basic attacks, so that it doesn't scale off of magic damage, which is really interesting. Use different variables. XXX damage every Y seconds lasts Z seconds. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. All right. That's yeah. Yeah, okay. Good idea. So that way you can proc your make way if you're in like a danger, boys, welcome. If you're in a large group of enemies, you can press your Q, time your Q to really get that value of dealing damage to everybody, to really get your deflect down, your deflect cooldown down, and then it synergizes with his niche, with his passive as well. Taunt forces the closest enemy in a cone in front of Greystone to look at, move towards, and attack him for X sec, and basic attack him for X seconds. Greystone gains % damage reduction against that target. That, because they're attacking him and the damage reduction, it procs his deflect even more. And it gives him just a little chance to be oh, that's a more controversial idea, but I think it actually it really fits this one animation that Epic released for him. Really fits his shield bash. I mean, another idea is that his... Yeah, we'll have to see. Assault the gates. Greystone leaps to target area up to X units away, dealing damage. Simple. Easy peasy. Reforge. It's the same, except Greystone can target his landing location. There. So he's basic attack focused, which is what he was. But he's rewarded for basic attacking in this scenario to make him more tanky, to deal more damage, which is his whole thing as a brawler. Yeah. So that's kind of... I don't know. That's kind of the idea that we did last time. See, for the next shield bash animation, for the shield bash animation, this could be an empowering of his passive, making the next block reflect back at the attacker, or making the block more potent, such as being able to block small projectile abilities. See, an idea here could be that E ability. Counter-strike. Counter-strike. For the next X seconds, whenever Greystone... For the next X seconds, whenever Greystone deflects an attack, Greystone's next basic attack has maximum attack speed. So, E ability idea. Counter-strike. For the next X seconds, whenever Greystone deflects an attack, Greystone's next basic attack is maximum attack speed. So what it's doing is that you use it. You have to use it skillfully, so when you're actually getting attacked, you have to use it. B, when you deflect an attack, which mitigates damage so that you can deal more damage by living longer, you get maximum attack speed to deal more damage, but because you're passive, that actually makes you more tanky in reverse by lowering the cooldown of your passive. So, or actually for the next X deflections, Greystone does /X seconds right for the time instead of locking on. What if it had a tunnel vision effect? Some sort of baby revenant alt, but you aren't taken in a different dimension. Ah, yeah. So, I wish I could. I wish I could show you guys. I think I almost like this one more. I almost like this one more than the taunt. But good ideas. Good ideas. Good ideas. Okay. You have a rudimentary idea for Greystone that is straightforward as he used to be, but with some room to make him to the next level in the good hands of a good player. Assault the gates. Same as usual, however, when actually hitting an enemy with the landing AoE, you apply a burn called Burning Valor for 5 seconds that has light armor shred and damage. Okay, shreds armor, damage. Make way. Again, same as the classic for the most part, dealing damage every second, except allowing it to extend the duration of Burning Valor for 2 seconds every time the enemy is hit, allowing you to extend the duration. Okay. Okay. So you're just buffing you're buffing this... You're buffing your ability to deal damage to the person instead of our current idea is buffing is that it contributes to reducing your passive to make you to deflect and be more tanky. Okay. So this is more damage oriented. Shields up. Passive increases armor and health. Okay. Active every 15 seconds. The thing with brawlers and stuff is that the whole point of them is that you can kind of choose which one you want to be a little bit more than the other. Is that, you know, they have okay, you know, they have okay ability to be tanky if you add armor and health to them, and they scale okay with power and damage. Whereas fighters scale more with damage, so so basically it's only worth going damagey on fighters, and tanks it's only worth going damagey because their scaling sucks. So that's, I mean, yeah. Every 15 seconds, Greystone gains a deflect charge up to a maximum of 4 or 6. Not sure which would be better for balancing. Activating the ability will cause an active. Oh, this is okay. So it's two part. Activating the ability will cause Greystone to bash his shield and brace for any incoming attacks. Each basic attack deflected consumes a charge and also deflects any other basic for 0.5 seconds. After the 0.5 seconds, any basic attack will consume another charge. Furthermore, while shield was toggled on and have remaining charges, Greystone will gain 20% CC reduction. Okay. Ultimate, same as usual. Landing will apply Burning Valor to all enemies hit, upgrading the ability to decrease cooldown, etc., etc. Still be great dive tank with ability to deflect charges. 0.5 seconds of free deflects after using a charge. Also allows the ability to not instantly drop when using while diving into a team fight, as well as making him slightly harder to stop due to CC reduction. Burning Valor will allow him to armor shred select targets, providing he can land the small AoE of the assaulted gates. Meaning diving on important targets will be ideal. Make way will still deal decent damage to everyone in the fight, but those with Burning Valor must be extra careful as it will extend the buff shred. Finally, discuss will still be revived. However, I'll know he's Prince Charming from Shrek. Nice. Make the taunt soft, make Armadillon. Select 90 instead, they can't do damage to other targets and are slowed. Gives counterplay with Dispel Dust. He's gonna have a taunt. I don't know. Depends. Depends. Stays the same. Where he dies, comes back to partial health. Same as it is now with the spinning. Cleanse. Bashes sword shield and removes CC. They should, okay. Lunge or riposte or some other sword fighting name. Dives forward and punches enemy. Okay. New animation, I'm imagining it looks like Grux knock up, and it slows an enemy for X amount of time. If we're following what Sylphin doing with the hero kits in the stream, then his niche would be dueler, single out target and stick to him. It also fits with lore, blah 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 blah. Okay. I do see what you're saying. If he has a taunt ability, he really should be a tank, not a brawler. Yeah. 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 That's kind of what I'm like. His whole thing was that he doesn't have CC. You know, he has to either itemize for it or something, right? Make it into a stun or slow so he can stay engaged, keep his old abilities. Maybe the new thing could be a short range stun if you implement it. What if the shield bash is a taunt? If he gets attacked mid taunt, then he does a dash punch or slow and stuns or slows the enemy. Interesting. Raises his shield for extra seconds if he blocks projectile or auto successfully. Does Greystone does a shield bash, so we'll do X amount of damage and stuns for whatever. Then you go crazy, you still make... Okay. No stuns? Yeah. The thrusting bash could be a dash that creates a small cone of damage in front of him. Deals damage and slows for a couple seconds. Initiator chase. Okay, yeah. Deflect blocks next base attacks. If the attack blocked was ranged, deflect shields cooldown is reduced by 0.5 seconds. So very close to what we're thinking. Make way, same attack, reduce attack speed. Gatebreaker, Greystone bounces with slashing and dealing with percent basic attack damage all enemies' path. If it hits a hero, cooldown, make way, and deflect shield are reduced by blah blah. Assault the gates. Oh, so 2 movement abilities. Greystone leaps to an AoE up to if he hits a hero. Greystone gains haste. Haste removes the move speed penalty on basic attacks. When Greystone dies, it becomes stone. Yeah. Anti-carry bruiser being able to stick to his enemies but not able to CC them, as well as improving his capability to pop deflect shield. More often than not up in Greystone because every time he dies. This is interesting. This is interesting. Assault the gates. If he hits a hero, Greystone gains haste for seconds, removes the movement speed penalty on basic attacks. That I'm actually kind of intrigued at. Because that is it is pretty hard to hit. That is pretty hard to hit. If Greystone hits an enemy hero, gain so if he has that, I'm not too... I don't like the taunt idea all of a sudden. I really like this Counter-Strike idea. I like this. Two movement abilities seems a bit much. Like, he's a diver, not a travel anywhere, not a crazy mobility hero. He's a diver. So this, if it hits an enemy hero, you gain a bonus. So you're incentivized to actually hit an enemy hero, meaning you're diving onto somebody. So that I actually like much more than any other thing that we've talked about. If he has that, then the taunt, yeah. Because, well, like this, yes, you can use that to disengage. But again, if that second part really means that you gotta hit an enemy hero. Yeah. Yep. This is much better. This is much better. Much better. Much better. Love it. Love it, 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 love it. Love it, 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 love it. A dominate debuff. I don't know. Like, what do you mean by dominate? Cannot apply CC effects for duration? No. Cool. I think I'm happy with Greystone with that. We do have the taunt idea. So I think I give some options. Give some options. Okay, let's move on to Sevarog. Sevarog, we're not just definitely cannot change too much. Subjugate. RMB is the dash. This is colossal. Blow. Passive is the stacks. I mean, there's not much to say with Sevarog, man. I mean, there, done. Done. Sylphin, subjugate, dash, colossal bow, stacks. Done. The only weird thing is that the stacks, if you make the stacks only, if you can only get the stacks from the Sylphin, then it is possible for you to completely ignore your passive until you unlock Sylphin, which I feel is weird. Like, it could be possible for you to get to like level 4 or 5 without even utilizing your passive. I mean, yeah, that's kind of dumb and like whatever, but the passive is kind of like your passive shouldn't rely on one of your abilities. That's not what the passive is about. Like, that's not fundamentally what your passive is. Right. Right. Actually, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? When suck the souls from enemies that Sevarog kills with abilities, gaining health. Gain ability damage and armor at 20, 40, 80, whatever the heck. XXXX stacks. But Sylphin. Same. Gain double stacks from killing units with Sylphin. So the stacks, the number of stacks and the health that you gain from the stacks, that can all be balanced. That can all be changed. That can all be changed. That can be balanced. You gain triple. How about that? Gain triple stacks. Okay. Gain triple stacks. So you still gain stacks. You still gain stacks from killing things with abilities, with all of your abilities. But essentially, you need to use Sylphin. Essentially, you need to use Sylphin to last hit. Essentially. Quadruple or no deal? I think triple is enough. I think triple is enough. Heroes count as 2 stacks. Abilities only. Hello there, Smite Cusin. Kill Phil Bill, welcome. Subjugate is fine, dash is fine, colossal blow is fine. Boom. Done. His ability should have minor buffs or changes as he reaches stages. LaSalle, that is pretty cool too. That's pretty cool too. That really would be interesting. Well, remember, Colossal Blow executed minions. So, like, if you were in a hurry and you wanted to clear a wave, right? That's really cool. That's really cool. If the more stacks you gained, your abilities leveled up. So, like, Colossal Blow or Dash, the range increased. Subjugate, the duration increased. Sylphin, the area of effect changed. That's really cool. That's really cool. Ugh. It depends how much of a hyper tank we want him. That's really cool. I honestly think that would be... That is super cool. You know what? I think that doesn't change him too much. It just makes him more hyper tank. And I think that makes him more stack based, which is really important. You know, it makes him more late game. I think that makes it makes him more everything. It just has to be like really that has to be balanced really carefully. So that is super cool. It keeps them the same, essentially. Right? You know. Meh. It's just that would require a lot of balancing. That's all. The range on the dash isn't too hard. It's not too hard to balance. Duration of a route, that's not too hard. It's not too hard. The AoE on a Sylphin, not that big of a deal, really. So is that yeah, I don't think I think it just seems harder than it probably is. And it's probably an understatement, but it's still probably more true than not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Steel. We already did steel. But he has his charge. As it was. Bit of a wind up, not instant. Bit of a wind up, but not too slow. Or instant. Force shield deploys a shield, blocking projectiles and slowing enemies that touch it. Shield bash, lower damage, lower cooldown, stun. Shield slam as it was. The range of it though, beyond range basic attack range, but within caster spell range, not instant animation speed, needs to take at least some time to land. In between Legacy, and Monolith speed. A blade of armor. Every X seconds after taking damage, gain an armor stack up to 4. The 4th stack absorbs 1 CC effect. What if Steel could choose between deploying the shield and carrying it? That is interesting. That is interesting. That is very interesting indeed. I don't know. Deploying shield give shield bash a different effect. So when someday I want to be like you, I mean, you spend time with things you like and put a lot of love into it. I think it's the best thing in the world, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nero. I appreciate that. What do you? Available animations on here so we can think of something. Steel, he has all his abilities he ever had. He has his bash, he has his charge, his force shield, shield slam. He had all of them that he ever had. There, so. So does he gain the stacks as he gets hit? No. Every X seconds after taking damage, gain an armor stack. So you don't gain the you don't gain the stacks. He doesn't gain the stacks when he's in combat, essentially, when he's getting hit all the time. He doesn't. When he's out of combat, then he regens those stacks. So essentially it takes a while to re-get all of those 4 stacks. Very cool. Okay, now Muriel. Barf! Ugh. Alright. I want to go to Muriel. Characters, heroes, Muriel, animations. Boots. Bound. Whee! Cast. Consecrated ground. Master show off. Nice. Small clap. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, tick, tick. Very nice. Ugh. So awesome. Ugh. Bleh. Ooh. Bleh. Ooh. Bleh. Jogging. Circle right. Start. Downhill, forward, 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 jog left, jog right, blah, 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 blah. Jump apex. Jump, 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 knock back. Bleh, boo. Level start. Oh, that's so awesome. Lifelock fire. Primary. Jog additive. Primary pose. Recall. God, that's so good. Recall Dark Angel skin? Oh, God, I love it. Respawn. Sprint. Backwards. Sprint forwards. Stun loop. Stun start. Blech. Travel backwards. Yeah, we have her travel modes. We have her travel mode. Turn left 90. Turn left, turn right. Ultimate flare. Ultimate land. Ultimate prepare. God, that's so good. Ugh. God, that's freaking amazing. She has so many animations. Holy cow. That's insane. Ultimate, idle, travel idle. Where are all her damn abilities? Did you dev another program project? Yes. Actually, with Fault Team, just playing around. Yes, I am on Fault. Bound, cast, consecrated ground. Yeah. No, she only has 3 abilities. She only has 3 abilities. I mean, we can make... we could make... You could kind of make... like... I mean... You can make her respawn after death, like Greystone, and then use this, but like, that's... no. Lifelock fire, that's her Q. Yeah. Okay. So, just checking. Just checking if she, you know, just checking if she, you know. Okay. I thought long and hard about Muriel the other day. I forget what I was doing. I forget what I was doing, but I came up with this. And I thought of this. Let me just collect my thoughts of what... I'm just gonna use X because using different variables just makes me squirrely. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be really hard. But Muriel grants allies within an X unit radius XXXX shields per second, up to a maximum of XXXX. Allies that benefit from her ability effects gain X times the shield per second rate for X seconds. So, her Q was Serenity? Alacrity. Alacrity. Throw. Same, just no shield. Consecrated ground. AoE, grant allies in an AoE % damage reduction or something. After X seconds, deals AoE damage. The RMB was Serenity. Oh, no. Same. Serenity. Grants movement speed. No shield. What was that? Reversal of fortune. Same, but no. Why no shield on Serenity? Because the shield is from her passive. The shield is through her passive. Reversal of fortune, same, but grants % damage reduction to target. See, and then this. XXX. Energy and physical armor. After X seconds deals AoE damage. So the consecrated ground grants armor. Reversal of fortune grants % damage reduction to the allied target. And then the knock-up. Should cleanse allies? Well, that's I don't feel that's her thing though. I don't feel like that's her thing. The thing is, she can't absorb burst like before. Well, she mitigates burst. Wade Heat Dunk. Basically made her a second phase. No. No. Phase is much different. Actually, she should be much different. I think. Saji! How you doing? Hey, I have a question for you. Saji. Hi, Ra. Twice. There you are. But her big thing was mitigating a lot more burst. I know. The issue, I think, is that no matter how you slice it, a hero like Muriel that was based so much on shields was broken, right? This way, you know, this way she still mitigates damage. Ultimately, a shield just mitigates damage. This still mitigates damage, but her targets, her allies, still take some damage, and that's what I think. I think this is a much better. Yeah. Overtime shields don't work with their theme. Just to pop your shields in the right moment to be successful. Yeah, I know. I know. Unfortunately, I don't know. Like, this is Muriel. This is my main. This is my main hero that we're talking about, right? Like, you know, I understand. I understand. Unfortunately, I understand that I think she is fundamentally... She needs to fundamentally change. You know? Well, why she's my main first, delete it? This is your Bay main? So much more boring. All I gotta say is you better not mess up my gadget. But she had to cleanse. That's not her thing. That's not her thing. She's damage mitigation. She's damage mitigation. Shield is more visceral. Yeah. It's true. What if the damage she blocks with shields is gained as HP? Like 50% of the damage blocked? Up suicidal. That is a fantastic idea. That is a fantastic idea. Okay. 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 Mod this man. I should. He's been a very long time viewer. No, I think... Imagine if WoW just priests had to lose their heals, we gained better shields. No. It would be something like... It would be something like... It would be something like... Ugh. The issue is instantaneous shields. That's the issue. Instantaneous multiple shields. That is the issue. That's the issue. One shield is fine. You know, if somebody wants to itemize and get a shield item and then use it, that's one shield at one point to make a very big difference, to mitigate something. That's great. But when she has 3 shields available to her, it's broken. It's broken. The reason why building up a shield is fine is because it's just health. It's just health, basically. Right? So the longer she's beside somebody, the more health they have. That's fine. You know, like, that's completely fine. And it mitigates burst because it mitigates part of the burst. Okay, so passive. Muriel grants herself and allies with an X unit radius, XXXX shields per second up to a maximum of XXXX. Allies that benefit from her ability effects gain X times the shield per second rate and heal for X% of damage mitigated for X seconds. So, feels like having constant shield is a bad thing to get right. Yeah, it would be hard, but what it also does is it validates people actually getting anti-shield stuff. Used to have at least after being out of combat for 10-15 seconds. If she doesn't do it while having such a passive kit doesn't feel fun. Well, Dennis, that's why all of her abilities, while her Consecrated Ground and Serenity, buff the passive. That's why her alt, Serenity and Consecrated Ground, buff, like interplay with her passive, right? Can we have her passive be better depending on how much damage mitigated she is blocked with shields? Minimal participation? She's exactly the same. She's exactly the same as what she used to be, except her Consecrated Ground and Serenity do more now. In a sense. They do more. this be stackable? What do you mean, Mad Dogs? What is your goal for Muriel? Shield Blast Global Alt Ranged Damage Mitigator. I shield my allies to mitigate burst damage. To mitigate damage. So I think the secret to this is that the passive shield boost would be quite small, but the maximum would actually be quite high. So she would more, the shielding comes more from using her abilities on heroes. That's really tough. I think this is... I don't know. Yeah. The key thing I think with this is that the passive shield gain would be actually pretty small. It'd actually be pretty small. Like it would take a long time for it to actually reach its maximum. But the maximum is actually quite healthy. Childish Poppy, welcome. The thing about it would be that you'd have to use Consecrated Grand Serenity or Reversal Fortune on the target to really build up. That passive. Or that shield on somebody. something like that. Grants high movement speed. No shield. There. Ah. Okay. Okay. AoE, Narbash. Let's move on to Narbash. That's some idea. That's an idea. Let's move on to yeah. Yeah. Okay, Narbash. Narbash. AoE utility support melee caster. So, the more people around, the better is the theme that I'm kind of going with, that we're kind of going with. So, let's run, guys. Let's run with the idea of he's a drummer, right? He's in a band. Let's just say he's in a band. And the bigger audience that he has, right? The better he plays. The bigger the party is. Yeah, exactly. The party monsters. So, let's do something with that. The AoE, the AoE thing, right? Like, he's obviously very AoE. He has an AoE movement speed boost. He has an AoE heal. He has an AoE ultimate. He deals damage and knocks up, etc., etc. So let's maybe run with that. Let's maybe run with that. Let's run with that. He's an army encourager, the team fight support. Yeah. Team fight support melee caster. So let's run with that. So we have Q is his March, E, Song of My People. Song of My People, Thunk, and then Crash, Bang, Boom. So everything is pretty good. Everything is pretty good. Total nearby heroes, not just allies. That's what I was thinking, Riley. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Will the audience count the minion waves? I don't think so. So passive. Passive. Song of My People should be as passive. I'm not sold on that. For each ally and enemy hero, for each ally and enemy hero within an X unit radius of Narbash, gain what? What happens? What happens? What happens? What happens? what happens? Attack speed for allies, maybe CC reduction armor. Well, remember, he's a support. He's about helping others, and yeah, it's about himself as well. But his movement speed affects himself. Song of My People affects himself. Thunk inadvertently helps himself by stunning somebody else. Can help him. Crash Bang Boom, it's his ultimate, so. His abilities, he's a support. His abilities are about what he is about. It has to be something with his abilities. CC reduction for allies and increase for enemies. Ooh. Has to be something about his abilities. Passive. For each ally and enemy hero within an X unit radius of Narbash, his abilities... Abilities... Healing aura for passive. Song by people change to damage attack speed buff. Health regen. Cooldown reduction. More thunks. His abilities gets a finale finisher. That's good. Narbash even have mana problems? For each ally and enemy hero within an X unit radius, ability damage and their effects are increased by X%. Ability damage. Ability damage affects ability damage affects so the effect of it. So March, the movement speed effect would be increased. Song of My People, the effect, the healing would increase. Thunk, the damage and the stun duration would be affected. Here, the damage. So the effect of his ultimate is damage, slow, And the knock-up would be increased. Done. What do you guys think? Right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4%. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 6. 6 times, it's almost 60%. Ugh. Don't know about that, but I mean, again, I have to see. 1, 2, 3, 4%. So 4 times 9, whatever that is. I don't know. Right. Thunk should be left out of his passive interaction? I don't know. I don't think so. Because what was his thunk? Let's see here. What was his thunk? 1.5 second stun at level 4. So even if there was a 50% increase in a team fight, that's 2.2 seconds. That's a fine. Honestly. That's fine. Song of My People, 40 health regen. Even if it's 50% increased in a team fight. 60 health. So you're negating 60 DPS when carries are doing like 600. Nah. Yeah. You know. Jester! What are checkpoints for the passives? 1, 5, 10, 15? That's what they would have to be. Or Jester 1, 4, 8, and 12. So that you're at your max at 12 and up, but you do reach 15 before the end game. So that would be best. 1, 5, 10, 15. Yeah. And then like coincides with different parts of the match much better too. There you go. I mean, Narbash, I like it. I like it. Just so you guys know, Restream Bot is just a bot that is taking Twitch chat and putting it into YouTube chat and taking YouTube chat, putting it into Twitch chat. That's all. Why passives? No shade, just curious. Petramu. They're a fundamental way of changing how heroes work. It fundamentally changes how they interact with the game mechanic, with economy, with the map, with it. It provides a way. You can't really do that just with abilities. You can't really do that. You need this other thing that's a part of their abilities to kind of fundamentally change things, change up how they work. So phase, we're not going to do phase at the moment, but it should be going. Phase, though. Phase is just something else all entirely. Tether. Or no, this is her ultimate. What was it? Stim. The tether. E was the what? Q was the blind. E was the... I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, pull. That was a pull. Yeah. All right. Let's briefly talk about Bellica. Or, Phase, sorry. Although I really do want to talk about Bellica. I really want to talk about Bellica. Oh, that was the beam. Right, the tether part was, that was the beam. Beam. Tether, pull. Stim, whatever. Okay. Okay, so. Let's very briefly get some ideas, because I'll have to go very soon. Briefly get some ideas. So, Phase. We are treating Phase as a single target utility, sustain, buff, cleanse, ranged enabler. So, yeah. A single target support, basically, that's about buffing, cleansing, stimming the most vulnerable. I babysit and empower the most vulnerable. So, how does she do that? The whole tether and pull thing, that really makes sense. You know, she can literally take you out of the fray. Literally. However, I think this has to be same, except does not work. Except the pull does not work when linked ally is hard CC. The blind, I think, was too much. The blind... The blind, I think we can change into a cleanse. The beam is fine. The beam... Long range, same. The beam is fine. Same. Maybe shorter range. Cleanse and AoE slow around her and Link. Linked ally? Cleanse and AoE slow around her and linked ally. Not AoE cleanse. Not AoE cleanse. Not the AoE cleanse. Just AoE slow. The beam, same. That was fine. Maybe shorter range, though. Actually, no. The beam is her slow. The beam is her slow. Cleanse her and linked ally. Beam, same, maybe shorter range. Tether, same, except pull does not work when linked with ally. When linked ally is hard CC. Stim. She needs some sort of escape den of storage. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so, because if she's going to be able to pull some, like, her vulnerability comes from positioning. I think that's her vulnerability. Is her positioning. So like, so remember. So yeah, supports don't need escapes, they need peel for their allies. Exactly. So remember, she still has her escape. She can still beam somebody and move back. Her cleanse, she can still cleanse herself. She can still cleanse herself. She can still stim herself. Right? So like, we're just, the blind maybe was maybe a bit too much. She cannot have a speed boost. You removed a lot of power. Well, she was really powerful. You know. So the key thing is that the blind, yeah. So this will have a long cooldown. This will definitely be a long cooldown. She needs a blind in her kit. I don't know. The blind wasn't too bad. The blind wasn't too bad. It's just, it wasn't too bad. It's just, it's powerful. It's an AoE blind. Right? Right? It's an AoE blind around her and another target. Like, so it's like, it's potentially AoE blind on the whole enemy team. You know, like maybe that's appropriate for another hero that can do that. But I don't know. You know? Ugh. I still think if ally is hard CC'd, she'd go to the ally, when then her cleanse can rule hard, but other effects can go to cleanse from a distance. To blind literally created memes. There's no counterplay to blind, you can't see the screen. What do you do when you get jumped? Bring your carry into the brawl? Yeah, pretty much. Looks like FaZe might be a skill-based hero for once. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. The question is, what the heck's her passive? Right? What the heck's her passive? Right? Hello, the real Nuzo. Welcome. FaZe increases healing effects cast and received by X% every time she uses an ability max. 5 stack last 6 seconds. Damage sharing. Decker! Oh, I know. I know. Okay. Oh, actually, that gives me an idea. I like the idea of sharing damage. I like the idea of sharing damage. But also sustain. Okay, how about this? Passive. Passive. Phase. Phase gives... Phase gives her linked ally. Linked targets deal extra damage and heal for a % of the damage. Ooh, Decker, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Phase gives her linked ally her health and mana regen. And share... And share a percentage of... And share a percentage... and takes a percentage of the damage... based on Okay, what about this? What about this? Passive. Phase gives her linked ally her health and mana regen. Or percentage, or whatever. And takes a percentage of the damage taken by her linked ally based on her % total health. The more health she has, the more damage she takes. The less health she has, the less damage she takes. Or shares. Sorry. What do you guys think? Was she still have regen? Yes. Oh, like she making carries way too tanky. She can already pull them away from the fight and cleanse them. Well, that's, yeah, Captain, I don't know. That's her thing, right? Like that's her thing. She makes the carry strong. I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know. That discourages from tethering your front line and just tethering your back line, which goes against the purpose of phase, in my opinion. Well, again, that's kind of her thing, though. She's like, she is meant to. She's the carry babysitter. The most I babysit and empower the most vulnerable. That is the backline, aka the carry. Like, she can still do her front line. She can still do her front line. You know, the key would be what percent that is, right? Like, you know, phase, when she's below 10% health, she doesn't share. She doesn't share any damage with her link. But if she's 100% health, then yeah, she's going to share a big percentage of the damage or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Will she receive ally regen in return? No. No. She gives her linked ally her health mana regen. Or percent. There. Sorry. It is takes. Sorry, takes. Alright. That's tough. That's tough. Phase is really tough. Phase is really tough. Phase is really tough. Because it's like, what the heck's her niche? And how do you make it that more, right? Right? Beam still roots? Yeah, it's the same. Same. I mean, we could cleanse and blind around herself if linked to an ally, only cleanse her and her ally. That way it helps her if she isn't linked. I don't know. That could be an idea. Right? I don't know. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow. Great work. Great, awesome stuff. Really awesome. Thank you guys for all of your help, all of your ideas. These are just ideas. Just remember, these are just ideas. These aren't... This isn't like what exactly going into the game. Just ideas to develop and consider and all that kind of stuff. So, will I be at the dev stream? No, I work tonight. I work tonight. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave any ideas you have in Fault's Discord server, because it would absolutely be very much appreciated. Or send them to me personally. That'd be awesome. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for all of the support. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive. I can say my own outro. Yes. Bye.